4 minutes listening to these women, and you start to notice something strange. They say they're in the best phase of their lives, independent and strong. So why does frustration show up when the topic is relationships? What aren't they saying? Today, you're going to understand.
Let's talk dating as a single mom. I get this question all the time. Tips, advice, your experience. Are you seeing anyone? How's that going? And I would love to be able to give advice and tips on how that's going, but it's not going. Because as a single mom, our standards about fucking triple prior to. I already had high standards, and then now you bring my daughter into the thing, and like no one's good enough, right? On top of standards, time. As a single mom, we have little to no me time. So if I'm going to invest the small amount of me time I have into someone else and you fucking waste it, done. And on top of men not being shit, they don't fucking know how to communicate. My 2-year-old toddler has the capability to tell me what she does or does not want, does or does not like, and how she's feeling. But some way, grown-ass men are not able to use their big boy words to communicate. Weird. Moral of the story is I am not your girl if you want advice. I can tell you what not to do. I can tell you the men not to go for, but that's basically all I've learned over the last couple years. So hopefully you have better luck than I do.
I always get a kick when the males use single mom as an insult, because what do you mean? You mean how I am supporting 2 kids, a dog, and myself on 1 income? In this economy? You mean how I still look like this after having 2 children? You mean how I stay on top of everything? I work a full-time job. I have 2 side businesses. I maintain a home. I cook most of our meals. Our fridge is always stocked. Our bills are always paid. I always get the girls to their activities. I'm very involved with their school. I maintain my fitness and health. I get enough sleep. I have time for my friends. I have time to travel with my kids. And I have time to read. You mean to tell me that I'm doing all of that while you're leaving hate comments on the internet and it's an insult? Really? Because I don't know about you, but I am the hottest, healthiest, and wealthiest I've ever been without a man. So really that's an insult to you, isn't it? That you're not on my level. You could not do half of what I do every single day, even once. There's no way. There's no way. So the next time you want to use single mom, single mother as an insult, please remember what single mothers are actually doing and see if you measure up, because I would be willing to bet my house that you do not. Cheers.
You can actually admire her strength, because raising kids alone really does require discipline. But the point she ignores is that a relationship isn't just about personal capability or success. Many men aren't looking for a super busy superwoman. They're looking for peace, partnership, and a chance to build something together from the beginning. When there are already kids, responsibilities, and a routine in place, many men feel like they're stepping into a story that already started without them, and that weighs heavily on their decision.
Guys, I have just come across a post that was asking men why or what their reasons would be for not dating a single mother. I swear to God, I was intrigued and I said, you know what, let's see what they're saying. I wrote down some of the comments because, do you know, all I say, single moms, including myself, you're lucky you're single and not having to actually deal with anybody like this. Right, so there's 2 types of comments, right? One is a boy's response and the others are men's responses. And that's what the difference is when you see the men from the boys. So here's the first comment, right? The person said, these now are reasons why they won't date single moms. Manipulation, dishonesty, and baggage not healed. Fair enough. He probably has come across some women like that. Okay, that's okay. Don't want to pay for another man's child. Also okay. If their husbands didn't want them, why would anyone else? It's a bit stingy. And wait for it. The only reason is they'd let you hit it raw. That's absolutely disgusting, right? Another comment was raising another man's kid, wasting resources on children that aren't his. And then we get on to some... And to be fair, look, that is fair enough, right? You know, there probably is single moms out there that, you know, probably need that financial support from their partner for kids that aren't their own. I don't know, because I'm not in that predicament, right? Here we go, another comment, right? Real men aren't scared to date good women, children or not. Hands down to that response. That's all I say. And then the other final one was scared to be attached to kids and later losing them with no rights and no visits. Like, those last two comments were from real men who actually have things in perspective, right? I can also get men not wanting to be financially responsible for children that aren't their own. Understand all that, but some of the comments, like, oh my God, I didn't write them all down, like, but just ones that were themed. So these were kind of themed across the response. I don't know about you, but single moms out there, would you even want somebody that would even have thought of a comment like those nasty ones to be around you, let alone your children? And I don't know why and there's a fair few men, right, in the comment section of that particular post. It's on Facebook, by the way, that really think that they'd be financially responsible for children that aren't theirs, and they didn't want that. Is that a thing? Because I don't know, in my situation, like, I don't need anyone to be financially responsible for my children. They have me. I have a good job, and they have their own dad. You know, like, as a single mom, you wouldn't be looking for a dad replacement, like, so I don't get that. Now, maybe there is certain situations or some men have come across that in the past. And look, all is relative, right? So I'm not here dissing real, genuine reasoning from experience that you may have as a man. Absolutely not. What I am appalled with is just the nasty, like, really disgusting comments from men as to why they wouldn't date a single mom, or the only reasons they would, right? You know, but it's absolutely bizarre that majority, like, actually think that they would be financially responsible for a child that aren't theirs. Is that a thing? Can somebody give me some insight? Because certainly in my situation, as I've mentioned, isn't the case at all. But mate, look, I know not everybody out there has, you know, good work and all that stuff. So, like, I do get it, but I was surprised by some of the commentary, to be honest. As a single mom myself, I was quite horrified by some, surprised by some, and nearly fucking cheered some other comments, you know. So yeah, let me know your thoughts.
What's interesting is that she even admits that some of the men's reasons are understandable, yet she still seems surprised by reality. The truth is simple. Men think a lot about responsibility, emotional risk, and the future. Getting into a relationship with a single mom can mean dealing with children, the kid's father, and even legal limits if the relationship ends. It's not necessarily about bad character or immaturity. Many times, it's just a man being realistic about the kind of life and responsibility he wants to take on.